السلام عليكم. طابت أوقاتكم بكل خير. معكم معلمة اللغة الإنجليزية للصف الثالث ثانوي علمي في مدرسة المستقبل الثانوية للبنات. اليوم إن شاء الله عندنا درس جديد في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. Hello everybody. Hello my students. Today we have a new unit and a new lesson in our subject. Have a nice time. Let's start with the new lesson, okay? Unit 5. Today we'll start with Unit 5 literature, okay? Prepare your box, workbook and course book. Literature, okay? Our lesson in your course book, page number 54, okay? Let's start to our lesson. Okay, before start the lesson, we have here title Unit 5 Literature. So you should know the meaning of literature. Okay? Literature means the art of written work or any piece of writing that is valued as work art, for example, novels, short stories, and plays. Okay, so our lesson today, Unit 5, and course book page number 54. Before start in this lesson, you should know the meaning or the definition of literature. Okay? Yes. Let's see the next, okay? You have the title of your lesson, lesson 1 and 2 reading, identifying styles of writing. This unit talks about anything in literature, okay? In this page, you can see, have a look, some pictures, okay? This picture or this cover of a story, this story is called Zainab, okay? Zainab, you should know who the writer of this story. Zainab was written by Muhammad Hussein Haykel. Okay, so you should know the writer of this story. Okay, so in this section, okay, you should know the definition of literature and you should know the name of the writer of this story. Okay, let us see the next page or the next section. Okay, we have number 1 before you read, lesson 1. You have this picture. You can have a look in your course book, page number 54. Okay, you have section A, discuss these questions in groups. These questions are discussions, so it depends on your own idea, okay, or your own opinions. Number 1, do you read when you travel? Why or why not? Okay. Do you read when you travel? Okay. According to me, yes. Okay. Why I read when I travel? To get information about the country and to get to pass the time. Okay. To pass the time. Okay. Number 2, do you prefer to read fiction or non-fiction? Okay. Fiction is more general word for books which are not factual. Okay. Yes, this depends on your idea or your opinion. Number 3, who are your favorite authors writing in Arabic? Okay, you know some writer, for example, Libyan writer. For example, we have As-Sadiq al-Nayhoum, Ahmed al-Faqih, Khalifa al-Fakhri, Rihab Shinib. Okay, all of them. Okay, Libyan writer, okay, or Libyan writer. Okay, you should know some of them. Okay, or Al-Muntasir Ali al-Bakush. Okay, these writer, okay, are Libyan people. Okay, number 4, have you read any good books lately? What were they about? Okay, depends on your idea. Number 5, what kind of books do you prefer? Number the types of books, 1, 6. Number 1, the type you like best, and 6, the type you like least. So you have here some kinds of book. What do you prefer? Okay, for example, if you prefer historical novels, okay, the best, okay, like the best, so put number 1, etc. Number 2, for example, travel writing, okay, biographies, novels, okay, it's up to you. These questions as discussion depends on your opinions, Okay? Yes. Let's see the next thing. Number 2, while you read. Okay? You have, as you see, you have this picture. Okay? After you read this picture, do exercise A in workbook page 30. So after we read, we will do the exercise on page in workbook page 30. As you see, this is Musa. Okay? Let us read what he said. I enjoy reading a good story, I mean an exciting story with plenty of action. I have tried reading other kinds of novel, but I prefer this kind. They are relaxing and easy to read. Sometimes I feel like reading at home, and I often read on the bus. I travel a lot by bus, sorry, and the journeys can be boring, so it's good to have something to read. Okay, this is Musa. Then we have Salsabil. Okay, let's read what she said. Reading a good novel is one of the things I enjoy most. Okay, so Salsabil likes reading. I try to do some reading most days, so I get through quite a lot of books. Sometimes I don't know what to read next, so I ask a friend to recommend a good book. Before choosing a book, I read a few pages to see if I like it. I like novels about people. I think the characters and their thoughts are more interesting than what happens in the story. So she exciting with people, not what happens in the story, okay, and their thoughts. This is Salsabil. Now turn in your workbook page number 30 to do the exercise. Okay? Exercise A in your workbook page number 30. Read the two texts on coursebook page 54. Already we have read. Then answer the questions below. Give reasons for your answer. Which person? Number 1. So this question is about Musa and Salsabil. Be careful, okay? Which person, number 1, is interested in the characters in a story? What do you think? Which person is interested in character in a story? Let's read number 2. Reads to pass the time. Which person reads to pass the time? Number 3. Which person discusses books with friends? Number 4. Which person prefers books that are not difficult? Number 5. Which person chooses books very carefully? Number 6. Which person is more interested in action than character? Okay, which person? Let's see the answer. Number 1. Salsabil. Okay, then you have the reason between brackets. Okay, the characters and their thoughts are more interesting than what happens in the story. Okay, number 2. Which person reads to pass time? Musa. Okay, he said, I often read on the bus. Number 3, Salsabil. She said, I ask a friend to recommend a good book. Number 4, Musa. He said, I enjoy reading. Number 5, which person choose books very careful? Salsabil. I read a few pages to see if I like it. Number 6, which person is more interested in action than characters? Okay? Musa, an exciting story with plenty of action. Okay, this exercise about Musa and Salsabil. Then, we have here section B on page number 55. Section B on page number 55. Read the two extracts from the novels below quickly. Okay, let's see the extract number 1. Chapter 1. Okay, so we have here 2 chapters from novels. Okay, read carefully to answer the question and to understand what happens in this novel. Chapter 1. A sound woke him. Okay, I want you to read and imagine the novel, okay? Or what happens in this novel. Yes, a sound woke him. He raised himself on his elbows and listened, holding his breath. But he could hear nothing. It was incredibly quiet and naturally so. Then he noticed that the fan had stopped. He got out of bed, untucking the mosquito net, and took the gun from the cabinet drawer. His bare feet made small, ticky noising crossing the floor, and his elbow cracked as he reached for the door handle. The silence was so intense without the fan that the smallest sound was exaggerated. He opened the door a few centimeters and peered cautiously into the long high-ceilinged living room. The big windows lit in the dawn light and the room seemed less shadowy than the bedroom, but just as dead, just as silent. Okay? I want you to imagine what happened, okay, in this chapter. Okay? Yes. Turn to the next chapter. Okay? Mother died today or maybe yesterday. I can't be sure. The telegram from the home says your mother passed away. Funeral tomorrow. Deep sympathy which leaves the mother doubtful. It could have been yesterday. The home for aged persons is about 100 kilometers from Algiers. If I take the 2 o'clock bus, I should get there well before nightfall. Then I can spend the night there and be back here by tomorrow evening. I have fixed up with my employer for 2 days leave. Obviously, the course I have fixed up with my employer for 2 days leave. Obviously, in the circumstance, he couldn't refuse. Still, I had an idea he looked annoyed, and I said without thinking, "Sorry, sir, but it's not my fault, you know." So, after you read this chapter, okay, which would Salsabil prefer, which would Musa prefer, and why? Okay? Now, after you read, you have exercise in your workbook, okay, page number 31 and 32, okay? You have exercise about this. Read text 1 on course book page number 55 and match the words 1-5 to their definitions A, E. Okay? So you should know the meaning of these words according to the context. Okay? Number 1, holding his breath. Holding his breath. Lines 1, 2. Okay? Number 2, mosquito net. Number 3, handle. Number 4, beard. Number 5, dawn. A, part of a door you push or pull to open. B, the first appearance of light in the morning. C, look it carefully. D, not breathing. E, a thin curtain which protects a sleeping person from insects. Let's answer together. Number 1, okay, as you see, this answer of this exercise. Number 1, D, not breathing. Holding his breath, not breathing. Okay. Number 2, mosquito net. E, a thin curtain which protects a sleeping person from insects. Number 3, handle. A, part of a door you push or pull to open. 4, C, look it carefully. 5, B, the first appearance of light in the morning. Okay? Turn the next section C. Underline the words in text 2 on course book page 55 that mean the following. Number 1, a building where old, disabled, or ill people live when they need professional care. Number 2, die. Number 3, not sure, uncertain. Number 4, the end of the day when it's getting dark. Number 5, permission to be absent from work. Number 6, say no to a request from someone. Say no to a request from someone. Okay? Let's see the answer together. Number 1, a building. Home. Okay? These words meaning according the text or context. Okay? Number 2, die, pass away. Number 3, not sure, doubtful. Number 4, the end of the day, nightfall. Number 5, permission, leave. Number 6, say no, refuse. Okay, so this exercise in your workbook, page number 30. Be careful with these exercise. Okay, be careful with these exercise. Okay, about two chapters from a novel. Okay, so in our lesson today, you should know the definition of literature. Okay, you should know what Salsabila prefers and what Musa prefers, and you should know these meaning. Okay, see you next time. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.